Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Now today's video, I completely forgot to film the intro. So hi, here we are. You'll see me at the end, but the video is going to be a full day of eating, and it is also going to be a lot of chit chats about kind of my tips for getting on in this turbulent time that we're in, a little bit about how I'm dealing with the COVID-19 and staying inside, how my content has changed. So if you are interested, keep watching. Hey guys, so I can finally speak to you now. Multitasking isn't my strong point, but I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get better at filming content for YouTube, and it kind of naturally goes into my Instagram, because sometimes I feel like I struggle with the consistency in putting out videos because my Instagram and YouTube are very separate. But I have made some oats. I've literally made these oats every day for the last 2 weeks. I cannot get enough of this recipe. So I've made it with the bulk powders, vegan protein, they're ultra fine oats, which I actually really love. To be honest, when I first got them, I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I thought it was whey protein because it's like that consistency. But actually, as kind of time's gone on and I know how to make them properly, and I know when I put it in the microwave that I stir it halfway through, and I also use a fork to give it a little whisk rather than a spoon, I just think the consistency is really, really nice. It's really smooth. It's almost like cakey, like not like normal oats. And I put loads of toppings on it, like the fruit nut mix. I've put the Keiko nibs on, and I've also put frozen strawberry and blueberries. And I've said on here before in my what I eat in a day, not only are they cheaper in supermarkets, the frozen range, I mean they're freshly frozen, so it's like, it's not like they add anything to it, they are literally just frozen. But it's not as cold outside anymore, I'll say that, and then we'll get a cold snap. But it's just, it's nice to have that little bit of crunch in your oats. And I am obsessed, and this is like a little trick. If you are like me and you love a bit of chocolate, the trick is to use, I've got this 90% Lindt dark chocolate, and even half a square, when it's melted, it just goes such a long way. It acts like a chocolate sauce. And I also actually do use this 0-calorie syrup from bulk powders as well. And I do like my things very sweet. As you know, I love flavor drops. So if you don't like the sweetness particularly, I would say don't have the butterscotch syrup. But to be honest, the vegan protein that I use isn't very sweet. It's not like a whey protein, so you know, it's not particularly sweet anyway. But today I thought I would go through a what I eat in a day. I'm kind of gonna touch on the latest like current affairs that we all know about, and kind of what my thoughts and feelings about it, and kind of like my job role and content going forward, because I think that's so important to talk about, not just like constant worry and anxiousness and negativity. So I'm just gonna eat my oats and then I will catch up with you after. Right, I feel good now. I've had my oats, we're sorted. But I suppose I wanted to speak to you really about what's happened, because it seems to have escalated so quickly, and I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. It's this COVID-19 virus that is spreading around the world. It is a global pandemic. It's crazy. I mean, who on earth thought, I mean, when anything happens, who on earth thinks it's gonna happen? But it just feels like no one knows what's going on at the moment. Like, there's so much stuff everywhere on the internet, And you know, some of it's scientific news on the news, on different like media outlets, and some is just like fake scaremongering stuff going around, and it is so scary, it's so horrible. And you know, myself being in touch with current affairs all the time, maybe I don't talk about it like loads and loads on my Instagram and on here, but you know, I'm always very up to date with what's going on in the world and everything. And I mean, anyone, you know, you'd have to be living on Mars not to be knowing what's going on. But I think that's made it really difficult for, you know, people who maybe do what I do, or you know, I mean, to be honest, it's difficult for anyone, but I feel for me, I've not really known what to say recently. And I think it's from when I came back from Dubai, and I remember being at Dubai airport and my mum ringing me and she was like, it's got really bad here. And I was like, it was kind of okay, like people were worried about it. It's kind of okay when I left, and like that was 4 days ago that I left Dubai because I was only there for a short amount of time. She's like, no Sophie, it's like, it's everyone's really panicking, it's gone really crazy. And then like looking on the news and seeing what's happening in Italy and Spain, and like, you know, different rules in different places, and depending on how much the virus is spreading and everything like that, like it's a scary thing. And I was in London yesterday. Now this had been planned for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was kind of a little bit worried about going anyway. I was like a little bit nervy about it. And then I thought I'll just kind of watch the news and see what they kind of come out with next, and like what the government are saying. And I went to get my hair done at Glow. I checked in my hotel room because I was supposed to have a shoot with one of my sponsors over the like today and tomorrow, and it was like 5 o'clock, and the news said like it's really bad in London, it's like 2 weeks ahead of everyone else, like, you know, don't, like we need to do social distancing for everyone. And then obviously the elderly and over 70s and people with underlying health conditions, they need to be like extra careful and like self-isolate. So I had such an anxious panic. I was in my hotel room, like I said, it was like 6 o'clock by now, and I was like, what do I do? And you know, the shoot wasn't being called off, and like I have, you know, it's not my issue. What the problem is when people carry it to people and spread to people who are vulnerable, who are elderly and whatever. And you know, I have to think about my mum and dad. And so I made the decision yesterday to come home late last night and said that I wasn't actually in fact going to do the shoot, which I felt obviously bad, but I know that the decision is the right thing to do, and I feel like morally right in myself. But I think over like the next few weeks, what I don't want to do, and like I said on my Instagram story just before, is I don't want to become like this unreliable news channel, because we're just like hearing it with everyone else, like information is coming in. But what I can do is use what I'm good at to hopefully give you some valuable things that you can use. Because I was doing like a home workout today and I felt really anxious this morning, then I like moved my body a bit, and it like dawned on me like working out and just moving and being active is such a powerful thing that we can do for our mental health. So I'm not just talking about the way that we look. I mean, I've talked about this before, like Move with Soph is all about this, really taking care of our mental health. And how we can do that is keep on top of our nutrition and moving and exercising in the way that we can and the way that we're like told to do. So I feel like it's really important for me to share home workouts, things like what I'm eating, you know, recipe tips for, you know, keeping your mind occupied and being productive, and things like that I can share, things that I'm really good at. And what's not useful is for me to share things that I've heard on the news. If you're not following me on my Instagram, it is Sophie_Aries. I'll pop it on here. And every other day I will be sharing a home workout, and today I am also working on something that hopefully I can get out and release in the next few weeks that will be really beneficial for you if you are struggling to work out and get to a gym too. But I will see you at my next meal. We're back and I'm gonna make some lunch, but I think this is a can opener. I just don't understand. I'm trying to open a tin of tuna, but I haven't bought the one with the, I normally buy the, you know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Is it that way? Oh, are we rolling? Rolling? No, rolling? Not rolling. Okay, so we've changed it up a bit. I haven't got much in at the moment. I am gonna go to the local shops just down the road later. I've got some leftover chicken from when I did fajitas on, is it Sunday? Yeah, today's Tuesday, so I made fajitas on Sunday night, and I have got some brown basmati rice, so I'm probably gonna do like half of that. I had a little bit, like quarter of avocado left, so what I'm gonna do is a little tiny like mix, some fat-free cottage cheese, do something like that, and then I've just got on to boil some like vegetable mix. So yeah, you know, like kind of frozen stuff to just bung in, it's super easy. You know what, I'm actually really happy with it. I was kind of disappointed without my tuna, but this is really, really good. And I know that it'll keep me really full, and sometimes it's good to make things that you know will be great, will make you feel great, and also have to taste delicious. So I'm gonna eat this up. It's got to be around like 3:15 now, so this is only my lunch. It's a real late lunch, so I'll see you at dinner. I said I'd see you in my next meal at dinner time, but I'm just sitting down to do today's post. I'm doing a workout video on my Instagram, and so I was kind of just thinking about the importance of routine. In the evening, I love a Netflix documentary film. Like, I love snuggling on the sofa with Anthony and we watch like a bit of TV. To be honest, I never really watch it on my own, but if I'm with him, it's nice to like chill and whatever. But if we are thinking that work, school, whatever is cancelled and we're gonna be in for weeks, the way forward isn't to sit there eating Doritos or crisps and binge watching documentaries without moving or doing or having routine. And that routine is the key to everything. So although this thing has just kind of come out of nowhere and like bashed everyone and been like, whoa, what is happening? Routine is so important. So I've written a few things here what really like help me when I need a bit of a boost, and these like just stem from working from home quite a lot anyway, and if I'm feeling like not very motivated or whatever. Get up, get ready. So after you kind of move a little bit, maybe make your coffee, maybe have time to chill, I believe it's so important to like wash your hair if it needs washing, like have a shower, definitely have a shower, like do all the other things. I don't need to tell you to brush your teeth, like, do I? It's like everyone's saying wash your hands, obviously. I truly think if you make yourself feel nice, you kind of hold yourself a bit better and you can feel a little bit like, yeah, I'm ready for the day now. I put about exercise, that if you're just sitting, think about getting moving. So it might not even be my home workouts. There's so many things on YouTube. There's free plans. There's like lists of different exercises that you can do. I have literally just today ordered some dumbbells. I've ordered some 5 kilogram set and an 8 kilogram set. I've got like bands already. We can just do a lot of body weight exercises and just use the things, the walls and chairs and that we've got at home to do home workouts. Like, that is what I just want to say, that you don't need all this fancy equipment. You can still work out at home. It's just taking time to just think like, what is going on today? Like, we can't predict what's happening in the future, but what is happening today? Like, where are you at, what's gone well. Like, I'm so productive today. I feel really, really good about the work that I'm doing today, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. I'm really happy that I've exercised today. I'm happy that I'm making some good quality food that will make me feel good out of the things that I know that I've got loads of like bits and pieces of like snacks in the cupboard, like crisps and stuff. I know that that won't make me feel good at this moment in time. I need to feel energized, I need to drink water, I need to be productive, I need to be positive, and that's all the things that I'm doing today. Write a list. I've said that I like to do that in the evening, if not the beginning of the day, so I just kind of have a little bit of a structure to my day. Listen to a light-hearted podcast. So when this video goes out tomorrow, we might hear when the government do their next kind of report in an hour's time that these things are different, but at the moment you can still, if you're not in like around people particularly, they do say, you know, you still go walk outside, you know, especially in like green, it's so important. So if I do that, and if I'll go and walk outside in the open air, you know, listen to a light-hearted podcast. I felt yesterday, I was like, if anyone can hear this, I was listening to a podcast which I love called Girls Gotta Wee, and it was a really rude one. It was like about female parts and sex and everything like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, if someone listens to this, like I was howling. And I love two Australian ladies have a podcast called Shameless. It's kind of a bit like the High Low but in Australian kind of version. So they're both journalists, they touch on like serious topics but also like light-hearted funny ones, so that's cool. And also like limit social media consumption and mute if needed. There's a lot of people on Facebook in particular, and I don't use Facebook except for my Move with SOPH community, because every time I've been on there in the past, it's literally Sharon from year 7 chatting about something crazy. I'm like, Sharon, I don't need this right now. I really don't need you saying like all these kind of negative things that are not factual. Like, I don't need any more of it. And sometimes if we delve deep into social media, we find ourselves there for literally like 2 hours looking at our like third cousin's cat. I'm just like, what am I doing here? You're like in a vortex. So I would say if you need to mute anyone, this is the time. Like, they don't know. Unfollowing people, like unfollowing friends or family or, you know, whoever, that's gonna rock the boat a bit. I can understand, like when people say like call everyone, it's like, oh well, maybe you won't have many friends anymore. But if someone's really irritating you or you just can't handle it in your mental space, just mute. They just don't know about it. It's fine. Mute their posts, mute their stories. Like, you don't have to deal with it. Like, I'm not here for it. I think in all of this, it's just finding that routine. So I hope that made sense, and I really will now see you at dinner time. So I actually didn't talk through my dinner, but it was a lot of bits and bobs. I made some turkey bacon, which I love, with cottage cheese and bagels and some mushrooms. And I actually love using the potato peeler to peel courgette slices. I also love the caramel rice cake, so as I was preparing my dinner, I had a few of those. I think I had 3 actually. And then for a nice little dessert, this is my go-to dessert. It is 0% Greek yogurt, some blueberries, I had some cacao nibs in there, I had some fruit and nut, some blueberries and some butterscotch syrup. So it's very, very similar to the toppings that I had in my oats earlier on in the day. So, you know, it's in the house. I kind of like to use it up. So that is going to be it for today's video. I am really interested in what you want to see next on my channel, guys. Obviously the videos will be quite a lot of me inside, so let me know if you want to see more workouts, more recipes, more what I eat in a day, more chit chat, more live stuff. Like, let me know in the comments below. But as always, I really appreciate your support. So if you do like this video, make sure you click the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. So until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.